Before we even begin to explore focus-enhancing apps in this lesson and web-based services in the next, I'd like to remind you that many, if not all, apps these days support full screen mode. Many users find it less distracting than a screen cluttered with windows from a bunch of apps. Now, I'm just the opposite. I don't have much need for full screen mode because I consider the multi-windowed environment and the ability to use multiple apps at the same time one of the best things about using a Mac. I'm just saying. Now, to be fair, many Mac users consider full screen mode a must when it's time to focus, and I suspect that these users would like writing on an iPad because by its nature, an iPad has one app on your screen, and that's kind of why I dislike using an iPad to write, okay? More than a few sentences at least. That's a topic for another course. In any event, here are a few apps I've used that you may find useful when you battle your procrastination and struggle to remain focused. These apps are designed to help you get things done, stay focused, and avoid rabbit holes. Unlike timer and time blocking and planning, I don't consider any of these apps essential, but they're all inexpensive or free, and you may find one or more of them really useful in your maximum productivity thing. All right, the first one's called Focus Matrix. Okay, and there's a pro version. The Focus Matrix is free, and the pro version is $4.99. All right, they're smart personal organizers from the folks who make Be Focused and Be Focused Pro. And this time they use something called the Eisenhower box. This is what it looks like. It's a matrix. It was created by former U.S. President Dwight D. Eisenhower, and the 4 quadrants are like, as you can see, it's designed to break tasks into groups based on their urgency and importance. That way you can kind of work your way through them in the most efficient manner possible. This kind of forces you to figure out what the most important tasks are. Like the Be Focused apps, both versions of Focus Matrix offer extensive reporting, and the Pro version adds synchronization with other Apple devices, seamless integration with Calendar, synchronization of tasks due and reminder dates, and integration with Be Focused. All right. Of course, syncing with iOS devices requires the Focus Matrix Pro app for iOS, and syncing with Be Focused requires Be Focused Pro, so those are all separate purchases. Could get costly, but you know, $5 a pop, it's not a big deal, really. Or, here's another kind. This is something, and now for something completely different. Haze Over. So Haze Over does something different. It's a distraction dimmer. It costs $5. It's simple but effective. What it does is it dims everything on the screen except what you're doing, the active window. So here's before and after shots of my displays with Haze Over, that's the top, and without on the bottom. Simple but effective, huh? You do that with a keystroke. Any questions? No? Okay. Moving right along, Hocus Focus is a different solution for reducing on-screen distractions. Instead of indiscriminately dimming everything but the front window, the active window, like Haze Over, Hocus Focus reduces distraction by automatically hiding applications after you don't use them for a set amount of time. That's pretty cool, and I used it for a while. It didn't really seem to help me much, but I could see where it could help others. Getting that stuff just tucked away if you're not using it. Like so many of the other apps we've looked at, this lives unobtrusive. Hocus Focus lives unobtrusively in the menu bar, and it gives you precise control over the interval until each app's windows disappear. So it's easy to disable. It's easy to disable one or more apps, so they're always visible or always hidden. Either way, it's kind of cool. It's donationware too, which means try it for free. Everything works, and if auto hiding Windows appeals to you, send the guy a few bucks. If it does, you know, consider slipping him a few bucks or $10 or something. There's a handy little donate button right in the Hocus Focus preferences box, so don't be shy. If you like it, send him some money. I like it. I sent him some money. I don't even use it all the time. I use it once in a while, but some people are going to find that really useful. SelfControl is a free Mac app that helps you avoid distracting websites, mail servers, or anything else out there on the internet. You just set a period of time to block for, add sites to your blacklist, and then click start. Until the timer expires, you're unable to access those sites, even if you delete the SelfControl app or reboot your Mac. I highly recommend before you use this that you take a moment to read the FAQ, frequently asked questions, which includes gems such as these. Question: how do I disable SelfControl once it is started? Answer: you can't. That's the idea. Just wait. But, you say. Seriously, chill out. It's not the end of the world. The timer will run out and the internet will come back again. In the meantime, you may find comfort in curling up in a ball under your desk and rocking back and forth for a while. Question: I deleted the app. Will that do anything? Answer: no, except maybe cause problems with the block disappearing at the proper time. Don't do it. Question: I did some stuff with the terminal that I read on a website and it sounded really cool, but it didn't work. Now what do I do? Answer: we don't know what you did or why you would follow instructions found on the internet before reading this FAQ. Lesson learned, right? Good luck. They crack me up. So after checking out both the SelfControl webpage and its FAQ, I hope you'll understand why I didn't install or test SelfControl, which, by the way, is the only app in this entire course that I did not run, that I did not use regularly, but I found it so fascinating and free. Some of you might find it useful, but you know what they say, caveat emptor, which means may the buyer beware, I believe, in Latin. All right, next, StayFocused. It's another donationware. It's a plugin for Google Chrome. It's kind of neat. It takes I'd say a slightly different approach from SelfControl. It helps you stay focused by restricting the amount of time you can spend on time-wasting websites. So you can actually set a quota for yourself for cat videos. Rather than blocking them completely, once your allotted time is used up, the sites are blocked until the next day. And I think that might be really, really helpful for people who have a rabbit hole issue with a certain website. You know, if you're a Facebook addict or you're a whatever addict, I think it might not be such a bad idea to set yourself a limit, and if you exceed the limit, you have to wait till tomorrow to do it again. All right, it's easy to configure, it's easy to block and allow entire sites and subdomains and paths and even individual pages and specific in-page content like videos, games, images, and forms. I'm serious. Very fine-tunable, all right? And how can you not love an app or a browser plugin, for that matter, that offers something called the nuclear option? Yeah, there it is right there. You gotta love that, right? Now, the only drawback to StayFocused is that it only works in the Chrome browser. So, as long as you prefer the Chrome browser over Safari, Firefox, Opera, whatever else, you may find it useful. If you don't already use Chrome or you're not willing to use Chrome, well, it's pretty useless because it's a plugin for Chrome only. All right, finally, this one's called Undistracted, and it's a $12 app. It reminds me more of Haze Over than anything else. It lives exclusively in the menu bar. You enable it, Undistracted calls this the focusing mode, by clicking its icon in the menu bar or using a keyboard shortcut. Once you do, everything but the active window is dimmed. Not bad. It has some other unique features. One of the best is it can hide the dock, the menu bar, the desktop icons, and activate Do Not Disturb all at once. And they're all, you know, of course, controlled from the Undistracted menu. And you can customize the way that this all works in the Preferences window. Pretty sweet, if you ask me. So for those of you that are fans of that, you know, dimming out the stuff that you're not doing effect, you may prefer Undistracted over Haze Over. Or maybe you won't. Certainly, they're both worth trying if that seems like an appealing thing to you, having what you're not using grayed out and a little less in your face. All right, moving right along, in the next lesson, lesson 5, we're going to explore a pair of web-based services that many users find helpful in their quest for productivity and their battle against procrastination. Onward.